Greetings, everybody. This is KIN112, and this is the next video installment for the course, taking up right where we left off from the introduction. Now going over to syllabus and schedule. When you open up syllabus and schedule, you have two main tabs, one of which is for course syllabus, the other one is for the schedule, or the course layout. And when you look at the syllabi, I'm going to go ahead and open the PDF on this. And there's a PDF as well as a Word document to make life easier in case you have one format that works better for you or another. But realize the syllabus does several things, one of which is it's an informational document. It provides information regarding some very specific things to this course. So for example, as we look at this, you have my information up top. We also have a basic information regarding how the class is set up. Face-to-face in the classroom and lab sessions. That'll be primarily in the fitness center itself. Most of the lectures and information that I'll provide will be done via this format, via video format. I used to have actual 5-minute classes before we'd work out, but what I'm envisioning for this course and what I'm trying to accomplish with the student population in this group, in a specific course section, I'm gonna need every bit of time I can get. So I'll deliver most of my content, if not all of it, via here, this platform, and then we'll have times where we touch base in the classroom itself or the fitness center. So it meets on Mondays and Wednesdays, excuse me, from 2 to 2:50. And for most of you, you're involved in sports, so this will allow you to be done by 3, get your workout done, go change, and then go right to practice. It's actually a wonderful setup, and I collaborated with a couple of the coaches regarding this format. Important dates, so specifically you have last days to drop for refund, last days to withdraw from the class, though I hope none of you do. Please see me beforehand. If you're completely blowing off the class and not showing up, then yes, of course you're going to get an F. But if there's some extraneous circumstances and we can work something out, I'd rather you do that than flunk yourself out of a 1-credit course, an activities-based course at that, which is just awful. We also note where we have days off from class like Labor Day, the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, and then final exam week itself. So the document provides that information, and it also provides just a basic overview of the things that you should learn in this course, which we'll talk about general adaptation a ton, how to work out effectively, how to actually dovetail in different types of workouts for speed, agility, and quickness, and have the ability to tie in training methodology from one functional area, that being speed, agility, and quickness, with another, that being Olympic lifts and plyometrics, as well as just straight conditioning for a particular sport. And this is pretty much cut and pasted right from the description in terms of the disclaimer. What I want to get into, which is really the most important of this document in terms of the informational side, is it's an 18-week course, and we have 30 possible meeting dates. And if you look at this and you start to get into the beefy part of this, and really what is most interesting to most people is, or most of interest to most people is, how do I get my points, right? So you have 4 check for learning, and they'll be assigned roughly 1 per month, give or take, maybe even 3 weeks to 5 weeks, somewhere in that range, just depending upon when we have days off. And you'll see that layout here in a second. At 25 points apiece, it comes out to 100 points. And then attendance and participation, where you really get the beef of your points here, is 30 sessions at 5 points apiece, so it's 150 points. You have 250 total points for the course. And I always make this point very clear. When you look at this and the percentage of points that you have for the participation side of this course, it's hugely important that you just get here, get your workouts, and get them done. And I always give this analogy, you know, like your grade is based upon points, and every single point counts. And I can't tell you how many times I've had a student have, like, you know, 225.5 points and they get an A as opposed to the B. And it matters, right? So like every single point that you get, it's like a nickel or dime or a quarter you're picking up off the ground. It's like you're adding to your academic equity. And it's the same thing when you're trying to earn a scholarship maybe to ISU. GPA matters. So I urge you to make it a point to try to rake up every single nickel, dime, and quarter. And this is in my course as well, other courses. You know, talk with your instructors. If you can make up assignments at half the point value, or negotiate maybe even 3/4 of the point value to be able to get some kind of points, and you end up with an A for that course versus a B, it might be worth $10,000 on a scholarship. You just don't know. So I urge you to get yourself to class if you want to pass, but I also urge you to be engaged in the process if you want to get those A's and B's to be able to get those scholarships. So a syllabi also goes over things like academic dishonesty, et cetera, and policies that regard our COVID-19 protocols, which are now more prevalent on campus. I'm sure you've seen this in all your courses because we're really highlighting this as instructors. If you need information regarding COVID, or if you've tested positive, or you need to address something, use this part of the syllabi. And I'm sure you'll see this in all your other courses. We also have information regarding equal opportunity, student code of conduct, cheating, privacy for email, Blackboard policy, et cetera. So this document it's informational regarding our course, but it's also informational regarding where you can find and source different services on campus. Beyond that, and this is getting back to this, the kind of the important part is your syllabus is it's a document that sets up the relationship between us, instructor to student, student to instructor, but also instructor to university and student to university. So you have three people who are involved, if you will, three entities that are involved in your educational process. It's you, the instructor, and the university. And this document outlines what it takes for you to earn a grade, and it sets the expectation with the university that for this course, if this student earns 225 or better points, they get the A. If they earn less than that, it could be a B, a C, a D, or an F. And again, I urge people to realize, whether it's my course or other courses, every time you engage in this process and you look at a syllabi, it is an agreement, really, at the end of the day, between three different parties, and it outlines terms of that agreement. So don't go into this blindly. Make sure you have yourself wrapped around this document. You understand what it is and the importance of this. Now, if we go into course layout, the same thing, we'll go ahead and open up the old PDF here. And in the PDF, you'll see it's very colorful. And you have red, orange, yellow, green. And I got in this habit when I was a student where I did Roy G. Biv, and I would organize my educational stuff red, orange, yellow, green, if you remember Roy G. Biv. And so like I have books literally from my undergrad experience where I had like the first, leading up to the first exam, I would highlight everything in red, and I would have red little tags in my book and red little post-it notes in my notebook. And then when I got past the first exam and I was going into second exam material, I did orange. And then third exam material, I would do yellow. And that way I knew if I was going back and studying for, say, like a cumulative exam, it was easy for me to categorize. Is it a red question? Is it the orange question? Is it yellow content? Is it green content? So as a student, it really worked for me to kind of organize and structure my learning process. And so I do this as an instructor now to do the same. I don't have content layered in here yet because I definitely want to meet with everybody on the first day and kind of lay out what we're looking to do here, and also kind of lay out just in terms of our own expectation for the course. Believe me, there's going to be plenty of content in here. It's going to pertain specifically to speed, agility, quickness, running technique, conditioning, Olympic lifting, plyometrics, and weightlifting, and how they all kind of tie together for athletic performance. But realize now when you go through this Roy G. Biv, if I can take this back out, and we go into learning modules, I have my learning modules set up the same way. So module 1 is in red, and you'll find all the slides are in red, all the content has like red highlighted material, so you know it's actually module 1. And then module 2 is in orange, module 3 is in yellow, and module 4 is in green. So again, it's just a way that I use to organize. And realize also, this is not the only class that I teach. So I have several different courses, and it helps me to organize module 1 in Kinesiology 112 versus module 3 in Kinesiology 214 or whatever other course it is. So to that end, guys, when you open these up, you'll have different subfolders that will, again, all be color codified. So it'll be pretty easy to follow along. So to that end, what I'm really looking at, though, is with the syllabi and schedule, you know that you can always cross-reference in the layout with the course content and know where you are at any given time. And for each one of the Check for Learnings, it'll be roughly September 15th, October 13th. This is a little fudge here. I got to fix this, but November 10th. And then you have December 8th with no final exam offered for this course because we don't have a classroom to offer a final exam in. So to that end, all of the course content and the Check for Learnings will be done online here on Blackboard. And when I offer Check for Learnings, it may be offered on, say, September 15th what you end up having is 1 week minus a minute. So September 15th, if we go to here, September 15th, ladies and gentlemen, is a Wednesday. You'll have all the way until the 21st at 11:59 p.m. So you have 1 week minus a minute. More than enough time to get that assignment done. More than enough time to get that check for learning done. And to that end, when you look at this, you're going to have the content. Quite frankly, I'm okay with this. You'll have the content perhaps on one side of your screen and the check for learning on the other side of the screen. It's open book. It's all online. So I urge you to do that. And the way I write my check for learning assignments is, I write them where you can take them more than once if you're not satisfied with your grade. And also I write them where you can cross-reference through the check for learning. And it's something where it's a learning tool that I use to reinforce everything that's offered in the course content. And you'll see that as we go through the course. All right, guys, I'm going to break off of this video and go shoot another one for Team Builder. But I definitely look forward to seeing you guys. And if you have any questions, please feel free to send me an email. You'll find that my email address and all my information is here in faculty information. Or if you look in the announcements, the very first announcement that I threw out there, you have afleisch@harpercollege.edu, which is the best way to reach me. Got it? Have a good one, guys. Catch you later. Bye.